Good afternoon from Little Creek Bee Ranch. We're making up some wintergreen grease this afternoon. And I thought, well, I'll film it anyway. So what you're looking at in the bucket or the pan is 4 pounds of table sugar, 1.5 pounds of Crisco, and I'm pouring in two ounces and a teaspoon and 1 teaspoon of natural wintergreen oil. So I'm doing the next ounce. I've already done 1 ounce, so let me do the second ounce. See if I can get a good measurement on it. Yep, that's good enough for me. Here's the second ounce. Whoops, second ounce and a teaspoon. So where's my teaspoon mark? I gotta find it. Milliliters, there it is. At the very bottom, the very bottom mark. Okay, with the iPhone, let's see if I can do it. Whoops. That's a little much. So now, let's see what I got in here. Just a little bit over. I want to be as close to exact as I can, so I'm pouring some back. Maybe not the best video, but if nobody showed you, you'd never know what we're doing here. Right. Is that right? Yeah. A little bit more back in. Now, why do we do this? You're watching. 1 teaspoon, good enough. Alright, when I started beekeeping in 2005 and 6, I learned essential oil strategies from Ray Crocker, Spartanburg, South Carolina. He's since passed away. Everything he taught me, I still do. And now what I'll do is fold this in. And it's really thick. I'm going to have to put the camera down and do it with 2 hands. We'll make 2 batches of this and put it in this 2-gallon bucket. I'll also have a brush that I use. Let's see how I'm going to do this. This is a brush that I use on top of the brood box, the box that we're working on. I'll brush some on just to keep it from sticking, the 2 boxes from sticking. Trying to give you some tips here. Makes it much easier to get the boxes apart. It's not going to hurt the bees. And when I put my wintergreen grease in, I put it in the rabbit. This is the back rabbit. This area is called the rabbit. If I have 4 frames of bees, it only goes 4 frames wide, about 2 inches in. I don't put it in the middle. That's very aggressive. Put it in the back and give the bees a sanctuary. Put it in the back. If I'm 10 frames of bees wide, I'll go ahead and put it back here, 2 or 3 spoonfuls back here. This is exactly the same spoon that I use to put on the bees. Now, I'm going to knock over a bottle of wintergreen oil if I'm not careful. And that would not be good. Now, this is a learned skill. Some people get a little intimidated with this, like, oh, I don't want to kill bees. Well, I know that. But versus the state of the bees that they're in right now, the bees are going to kill them for you anyway. If you don't do something, and I refuse to poison my bees with traditional pesticides. Not used ever traditional pesticides ever, because I don't need to. We have plenty of essential oil strategies. Look at this. I want you to look at the texture. It looks like ice cream, thick, and that's how we want it. When we put it in the hive, the warmth of the bees will thin it down, but we want it to go in the colony thick. We've made a number of videos about this. This has been a strong answer for beekeepers who have beetle dilemmas all across the country. South Texas, South Georgia, Florida, all of them are calling and saying this is knocking out beetles and we're back to raising bees again. You do what you like. You know, I'm just saying this is how we address the beetles. I'm not trapping beetles, and I don't want to drown beetles. I want them dead, and I want them to fly away. So we'll make 2 batches of this. 4 pounds of sugar, 1.5 pounds of Crisco. Make it thick. You'll have to work at it. Warm up a pound of honey. Well, let's see, pound of honey. This is a pint. A pound of honey is just about the shoulder. I'll just pour in a pint. I'll warm it in the microwave, just to warm it, without the lid, of course. And pour it in, and it will soften this Crisco just enough for me to get a good turn on it. It will go back to being cold when it goes back in the bucket. That bucket right there. Then I put a cellophane wrap over it with my spoon and my brush in it. Set it in the refrigerator. It always goes to the apiary with me. I'll take it out in the morning to warm to room temperature and take it down. Looks like homemade ice cream. See how thick? Alright. If you're following along with us and you're learning from us, this is a huge deal right here. And if you run more than 10 colonies, you'll probably need 2 batches. If I see 1 beetle, they're getting treated with wintergreen grease. I don't tolerate beetles at all, not even 1. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. It's a real simple recipe, it's not hard. 4 pounds of sugar, 1.5 pounds of Crisco, name brand, not great value. 1 pound of honey, or a pint of honey warmed. Turn it. And then 2 ounces and 1 teaspoon of natural wintergreen oil. That's it. It's real simple. Knocking out beetles and mites both. There you go. So you've been told. If you got questions, not sure, give us a call. We'll teach you. See ya.